Well, good morning. We hope you can hear us. You are all muted, so it's easier for us to speak first. Nevertheless, it's very nice to see that you are so many people interested in Move Grant for the WB region. I presented myself. I am Erinda Tosca. I am Move Grant manager, and here with me is Ilir Mary, program manager. We both work on this mechanism and we follow up the whole process of applicants, grantees. So we are very much involved in the whole move process in the region. So today is the first info session of the February call. We have prepared a short presentation for you, and you may either ask questions by chat during the presentation, or you may wait until the end and then make your question. So our presentation is short. I will just share it. It has the key information that we have for MOVE. So for those that don't know us, Western Balkans Fund is a regional organization established by the Ministries of Foreign Affairs of Albania, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Kosovo, Montenegro, North Macedonia, and Serbia. And the mission is to support people-to-people links through regional projects. We have a strategy where we base our work, and one of the strategic objectives of the WBF is the diversified and segmentation of the grant program portfolio. WBF, until now, for 6 years, has supported grantees in the region, but at organizational level. So we have supported many projects throughout 6 call for proposals for organizations. And during this time, it was seen as necessary to diversify our grant portfolio and open up also to individuals. So why did we open Move Grants? We open Move Grants because, first of all, we know that there is lack of support for mobility in the region, and we wanted to support such relevant aspects of logistics in the region and make people meet each other in order to know better the region. The interest was very high. We have done a survey last year in December, and that's where we based also the design of our mechanism. It is completely complementary to the other programs that we support. And in fact, we have grantees from the organizations that we have supported that apply for individual grants as well, and vice versa. And if you don't know, we piloted this grant mechanism in 2023 with 3 calls in March, June, and October, and we have supported up to now 84 projects, individual projects. And we must say that actually it was a surprise, but the results were very good, and individuals have performed in an excellent way. Why we called it MOVE? Because the idea is that we support not only physical mobility, but moving synergies, mindset, culture, and ideas in order to break the prejudice that still exists in our region. And that is why for us it is important to see MOVE beyond the physical mobility in the region. Just a summary. So you may know a little bit better. Last year, as I said, we supported 84 projects, and you may see here the percentage of the fields of intervention that we have supported. So it is very diverse, and applicants come from different fields. We have researchers, students, professors, journalists, artists, musicians, doctors. So it is very wide and very diverse. This is also because the mobility grant mechanism, it is very flexible and also accepts ideas and proposals from at least 7 fields of intervention that are arts and culture, sports, media, peace building, economic development, digital innovation, environmental protection and climate change, and education and scientific exchange. And as you may see, we have quite a wide presence geographically in the region. And we are very proud to say also that we have a lot of applicants that come from the non-capitals. So it is very good to see that people are active from all around the region. And gender balance, we say this because it is important to say, we have a very nice number of applicants, almost 50-50 coming from females and males. So mobility grants. Mobility grants aim to give access to movement and participation in a wide range of initiatives or activities, to ensure professional or personal exchange of experiences in a certain field. These mobility grants should be cross-border, meaning that people need to move from their contracting party to another contracting party, with the aim maybe to establish partnerships, to exchange ideas, and to get to know each other better. The February 2024 call for proposals is dedicated only to individuals and not to organizations. So your application need to be individual. If, for example, you would like to participate to a regional conference or to a regional training together with a colleague from your university organization, you need to do both an application because it is individual. The maximum grant amount is 4,000 euros. And as I said, the mobility needs to involve at least one other contracting party. What is important for us is that the regional dimension of all projects is important. So if we have, for example, an applicant that says, I want to do a research to go from Belgrade to Skopje, this is valid, eligible, completely fine. But if we have another applicant, again from Belgrade, and he says, I want to do a research in Skopje, Tirana, Podgorica, the regional dimension of the application is wider. So this means that it will be scored higher. So please consider this during your application. As much as the mobility is wide in the region, you will get more scores. Who are the eligible applicants? Eligible applicants need to be at least 18 years old to apply on the day of the application deadline, to have citizenship of one of the following contracting parties of the Western Balkans, so meaning from Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Kosovo, Montenegro, North Macedonia, and Serbia, and be part of a legal public or non-public organization or institution established in one of the contracting parties in the region. Why do we say be part? Because it is not obligatory to be employed. It can be even a student at the university or engaged in an internship. You could be an artist that is anchored in an association or in an organization. But the important thing is that you are anchored somewhere. So which are the areas of intervention? These are 7 areas of intervention that we have identified as interesting for individuals. Nevertheless, we would like to highlight that this is not exhaustive, meaning that if there is something missing here, you may apply, and we may see that another field of intervention can be of relevance. Nevertheless, this is quite diverse and it includes a lot of types of activities. What actions are eligible? So your action may be composed by one or a set of activities. When we say activities, it means mobilities. So if a researcher wants to make 3 researches in 3 CPs, contracting parties, they need to be considered separate. So if a professor wants to go to Podgorica for an exchange or a visiting lecture, if he wants to go for a research in Pristina, and if he wants to go for a research or exchange in Sarajevo, these are considered 3 mobilities. But these 3 mobilities need to be arranged within a time frame of 6 months, not more. We have, for example, projects of grantees that have applied with a very simple proposal saying, I am applying now in October because I want to participate to this very important conference with this regional topic that is happening in March. So it is within the range of six months. This is important for us because mobilities that we support are short-term activities, not long-term. And you may see this also from the size of the grant that we can support on short-term mobilities. Actions must have clear regional relevance, and please keep this in mind when you apply, when you write your application. So it shouldn't be just for the purpose of having a personal benefit or gain, but it should be somehow related to our region. We have had, for example, applicants applying for a very specific training that didn't have any participants from the region. It was purely business. It was not related whatsoever to these people-to-people links in the region that we promote. And honestly, we try to support the projects that lead us to see that there is exchange, there is meeting with people from the other contracting parties, that there is some kind of regional relevance to the proposal. In exceptional situation, we have supported also actions that go beyond the Western Balkans region, but this is very exceptional because we support only those applications that have in their scope to promote a very good regional practice or best practice in the region, a very good example of regional cooperation to be promoted in the European Union and whatsoever. So please see as very exceptional. What types of activities do we support? We support a wide range of activities, as you may see in the list. It is study, research exchange, trainings and capacity building, internships, conference and event attendance when they have regional dimension, artistic and cultural projects, policy development advocacy, field research, establishment of partnerships, sports proposal. For example, we have from North Macedonia a grantee that is a teacher in sports for people with disabilities, and he is going in the region to exchange experiences with his peers in order to improve his teaching curricula, for example, and organize tournaments of sports for people with disabilities. So the type of activities that we support are very, very wide and diverse. What kind of cost we support? This is a very important slide because this shows you what we actually concretely support. And we support strictly the mobility of people, meaning we do not support organization of events or activities. what we support is transportation and travel insurance costs in the region, which may be flights, ground transportation, public transportation. It needs to be specified in the budget. Then we support accommodation with threshold fee up to 65 euro per night. We support daily allowance with a fee that goes up to 40 euros per day. Registration fee is only in the cases where you want to participate in a regional conference that applies a registration fee, and we can support it as well. We have done that for congresses, for trainings, we have done that. Visibility cost that goes up to 7% of the budget, so it's a small amount, and bank fees if applied. So if you see, this is strictly related to your movement. No organization of activities are allowed, and actually no payment is foreseen. We have had questions from researchers, professors, but do I get paid because I go to make the research? We cannot do that. We can support your mobility, but this is the eligibility of costs that we have. We know it is limited, but we know that supports the movement. And it is quite sufficient because from 84 projects that we have supported, actually 84 have gone well. So this means that the mechanism works and it's really fine. So how does this work? We opened our application phase on 20th of February, that is closing on 20th of March. We take up to 2 months for evaluation and selection of grantees, and this means that the ones that will be awarded will start their project by 1st of June. Sometimes when we see that the selected grantees have very, very urgent activities, we may accelerate it a little bit, but this is the time frame that you need to consider. This year, we will actually have only 2 calls. The first call that is open now, and the second call that will be open in October. So if you are planning to apply for a MOVE grant for activities that go from June to the end of November, please apply now. If you want for next year, you apply in October, and then you have from February to July. Now, applications will be gathered until 20th of March. We will have the evaluation and selection process, which actually it is quite complex, and we would like very much for you to see all the steps that we go through and that we filter the applications, just to show you that your proposals are read by at least 2 persons, are discussed by a panel, and are approved by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So it is very transparent, and it's very, let's say, cross-checked by 4 eyes principle. This is the presentation. As you see, this is the first online info meeting that we're having. Actually, I've made a mistake there. It's 27th of February, and we will have 2 other meetings on 5th of March and 12th of March. So there is also a chance, if you have any friends, any colleagues that they want to participate to this kind of session, yes, we have 2 more meetings that we will be online. So now I'm going out from the sharing the screen, and we are open to have your questions. Do you have any question for us? Okay, I will start.
You can check the chat box.
Yeah. Okay, I will do. So I see Sarah that says, can we do mobility research in more than 3 countries? So this is a little bit exceptional for us. We see case by case. In general, we accept up to 3 mobilities, not more, because we sometimes individuals try to overdo. If these are very short researches of 1 week, maybe we can accept, because in 6 months it can be done. But if these are researches that go up to 1 month, etc., you see the length of your mobilities. In general, we try to stay within the 3 mobilities, so 3 CPs.
Thank you.
Another one, Adi Morina. He says, can we follow conferences in the other European countries or only in the Western Balkan contracting parties? We do not support participation in the European CPs. We support mobility within the region. We tend to choose most of the applications that are within the region. Most of the ones that apply to go beyond the region only for participation in a conference without having an ulterior motive to promote a regional best practice, regional cooperation examples, etc. We don't. So if you want to participate and you are invited because you want to share a very good regional practice, then it may be eligible. And about the expenses for participation in the conferences, as I said, we support transportation, accommodation, daily allowance. We support a registration fee. For example, if you want to participate to a big regional conference in the region, but that applies a regional registration fee, we can support it. Or if you want to go to a fair because you are an individual, an entrepreneur that want to establish partnerships, that want to meet with your peers, and the fair applies a registration fee, we can do that as well. Albert Husa says, hello, I am a new employee hired in a local government EU office. It is permissible to apply for exchange programs in local government in 3 Western Balkan countries, and is a letter of acceptance from the institutions of the 3 countries required before applying? Thank you for your question, very relevant. Yes, of course, you can apply for an exchange program to go to other 3 local institutions in the region. During the application phase, we don't ask for any additional documents. So what we ask is only to list the host institution where you are going, because we need to know. In your application, you need to name the host institution where you intend to go. If you are selected and your application passes, only then, during the contracting procedure, we ask you to deliver the invitation letter from the host institution. This is to save you time. So please contact your host institutions before applying, at least that they know that your intention is to go. And then after you are selected, you can ask them for the invitation letter. Violeta, how is possibility for education about health and breast cancer in other states? Violeta, I don't understand fully the question. We have, for example, grantees that work in organizations that work on a specific topic that may be health, maybe social welfare, maybe working with women or marginalized communities. And based on the topic that they work with, they go to the other CPs to meet with peer organizations to exchange experience and maybe learn more about their advocacy, their tools for communication. So this is actually what we can support. Can we plan a small amount of budget for a mentor in the other CP? No, you can't. Meaning the application is individual and the costs are related only to you as an applicant. We cannot support with your contract another person. So no, this is not eligible. Does the organization, Milena says, does the organization you are part of have to do anything with the project of the Move Grant or you just need the applicant to be part of the organization? You just need to be part. You just need to be anchored. You don't even have to be employed whatsoever, because it can happen that you are as a consultant, as a collaborator. I mean, there are different forms of being part. What you need from your organization, if selected, just a letter that you are anchored or employed or engaged in this organization. But for the rest, the grant is given completely to the individual.
Program, the tentative program, that program is much effective for the, just to agree the schedule and the program with the host institution.
Yes,
So
with the host institution, of course, with the organization where you will go, but this is for the organization of being part, not the host institution. With the organization where you are going, you need to agree the program or whatever you need to do there. You need to have some kind of document that says, I'm going to stay there for 3 weeks, but to do what? Is this an internship program? Is this a training? Just to be specific. From Ohrid Perpetuum, will you have individual mentor sessions? We have individual mentor sessions for the grantees that are selected, meaning these are info sessions for the applicants. The application is very simple, really. You need to register on the platform and fill in. It's very short and simple. And after the individuals are selected, we have mentoring session to explain to them in detail how they should implement the project, how they should keep the invoices, do the report. So it is very a guiding process. You are not left alone when you have the grants. You have the support of WBF. And just for you know, since you are a lot of people from the region, each CP, each contracting party has its own program manager. So by the time that you are selected, for example, if you come from North Macedonia, you will have Ilir and he will guide you in your local language for anything. So it is a very assisted process. Can we apply with a project who has won a grant from another call at the same time? So if it is a call that is not WBF, I mean,
so not to overlap the activity.
Yes, meaning it should not be overlapped with the calls of WBF, first of all, because it is not allowed to have 2 grants with WBF. But if you have, for example, a grant for mobility in the region from another organization, and you state it in the application, we would need the documents in order not to overlap activities or expenses, because it's very important for us to check that there is no double financing. So you are free to apply, you need to justify and why it is important for you to get another grant. And of course, provide if you are selected, we will ask documents that prove that the activities that you want to do are not covered by the other grant. Platra, if there are 3 people from Kosovo who want to attend the same event in Montenegro, should apply separately or together in only one application? Thank you, Platra, for your question. They need to apply separately because the application is individual. And if you are selected, you will sign the contract. So it is, namely, it's individual. The other two colleagues need to apply too. It would be good that if you are planning to go to the same conference and you are colleagues, to mention somehow this, because anyhow we will see that you are going to the same place. Alma Kovacevic, are the participants coming from an NGO which is currently undergoing established process eligible to apply? This is case by case. I mean, we need to see, but if you may apply even by being anchored in another organization if your organization doesn't have yet a legal status. This means that you are not anchored somehow. Or, for example, if you say that our organization is being processed by the court, then we would ask, please provide us this document that the intention is and it is going to be done. We know how bureaucracy is, and we will evaluate this case by case. But competition is quite high. So in order to have a safer application, maybe it is better to apply with an organization that is already established. So page 7 of the guidance, registration fee shall strictly relate to the activity which is indicated in the proposal. No other fee shall be considered. Yes, we had to add this to be very clear because some applicants thought that the fee might be applied for payment or unrelated to the activity. This is what we need to say, that the fee, the registration fee, is only related to the activity that you want to go, to the mobility. This is the meaning of this phrase. This means that no other fee is allowed. If you want to go to a conference, you put the conference as a mobility, that you are going there, and that the conference applies a registration fee. We have another, Alma Kovacevic, is a private company considered non-public organization and can an individual from such a company apply? Yes, they may apply. We don't, I mean, they are open to apply. Just be careful coming from business, from private companies, because applicants that come from private companies, they try to be very direct and have very personal, let's say, interest in the grant. I want to go and make a deal or find a partner, but it needs to have some regional relevance. So if you apply, just describe it in detail, what you want to do, where you want to go. Because with the private companies, we try to check a little bit better. I mean, that's why it's a little bit more tricky. But you are eligible to apply. Nobody tells you not to apply. If you are an employee in a company and you say there is a very good training about my professional skills, etc., or we need to make knowledge exchange, etc., of course, you can apply, you are eligible. What does it mean if I plan to participate in a conference? This means that, especially for this kind of mechanisms, you need to know where you are going, because you need to tell us in the application where you intend to go. Either it's an organization to do an internship, either it's a conference that you want to go to participate. For example, there are annual conferences that are organized in the region. We have, for example, 2 grantees from Kosovo that applied in October to go in a conference on media, fake news, how to understand disinformation. That is a very relevant topic that is organized in May. They know already because it's an annual conference. and that's why they apply. So the conference you want to go needs to be somehow indicative that it will happen. You may say it's a conference that is repeated every year. They say it's a forum that is repeated every year on the same date. You may send for the moment the program that, of last year, and you say this year is going to be issued in a month. So that's why we say you need to know where you're going. We cannot accept applicants that say, I just want to move in the region, just, without having a host institution or a specific activity. Maybe Mustafa, so in general, the fund covers only expenses related to mobility, moving. It is not related to improve the knowledge, but to help with the cost of transportation. Example, in Albania, we're trying to include the circular economy in business, but we'll start with the actual situation. To improve my knowledge in a matter, there are a lot of trainings that can be followed, but mostly are online and have a registration fee. Is that eligible? Maggie, if you are doing this, we support the knowledge by you moving in the region as well. If you find a very good training on circular economy that is happening out there in the region, this is eligible. But we cannot pay you to stay home and to follow the training from home. This is not the scope of the grant. You need to move. You need to go physically to the place where you want to go. This is not only logistics. We want people to move in the region because people don't know the region very well. And there are a lot of opportunities out there. That's why we want people to meet. And we have supported people going to trainings, having lectures in the region. So if you find any good opportunity, training, academy that is happening, we support you to apply. So Alma, could you please repeat once again the maximum we could spend for accommodation and allowance per day month? And is there a maximum of a trip research? Alma, we have left it open. We cannot know how many days you would need or how many mobilities you would need. The thing is that you need to justify when you apply, you need to justify your mobility. If you want to go, for example, for a week in Belgrade, you need to provide some kind of program. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, I'm going to meet this host institution. There needs to be some kind of program where you're going. It needs to be there. And you can estimate, how much you would need. We do not say, please spend up to 1 week or 2 weeks. It is open because we also, for example, support internships. Internships can be up to a month or 2 months. The important thing is that you stay within the maximum amount of the grant, that is 4,000 euro, not more. But 4,000 euro need to be very well justified why you need the whole amount. So wherever you go, you need to tell us specifically when you are going, how many days you are staying, and why you are staying so many days, for example. There needs to be justification. Eliseda, can we apply with 2 projects, for example, one in education and one in research? Yes, you can. It's not limited. You can. And then you may be awarded only 1 grant. So anyhow, you know that you may deliver more applications, but you will, if you are selected, even if your 2 projects are selected because they are very good, only one of them will be given a grant, not 2. Violeta Ivanova, when the application link will be open to apply? Currently, it is not possible. Yes, it is possible. It is open already from 20th of February. We may send this in a follow-up email if you are interested, but it is on the page of Western Balkans Fund. You have a huge banner that shows where to apply. You need to enter the system to log in, and there you have the application. Because the application is in an online system, it's not paper. So you need to log in and continue with the application. And if you have any question or any problem on accessing, please write to us. You have the email in the guidelines, and we will respond to you promptly. Sarah, are online activities allowed, online interview, online participation in the training, and if yes, are they considered as separate mobility? Sarah, no, online trainings or activities that are done from your home, they are not considered mobility. Only going to the other contracting party for the activities are considered mobility. Sohail Chikani. If I am not part now of a public organization and I become part in these days, can I apply for the grant? Yes, you can. Don't worry about that. No documents will be required now. You may apply. You may say that I'm going to be part of this institution. And if you are selected for a grant, that it means in a month or 1 month and a half, we may ask for a document. So you have the time, I think, at your employment contract. Can professors of private universities apply? Yes. All professors can apply. Everyone can apply. Private universities, public universities, of course, you are eligible. Pekin Dutucci les affaires agridones. We want to be part of the fair and we want to represent our country in the fair. Do you cover the expenses of the stand and other expenses like brochures, etc.? Thank you for your question. We may support the mobility, but no other costs. So no cost for the stand, no cost for the activities, only your presence there. So the rest of the costs need to be covered by your side. Adin Morina. Are the expenses, if we travel with private car, are the expenses covered? If we want to research tourism during the summer season and to travel in the touristic sites, is this an acceptable activity? Okay, Agim, yes, I understand your question. Basically, it is eligible, but somehow we check a little bit the relevance of the topic and the relevance of the activity as well. If it is a research just for the purpose of the research to go and make some questionnaires about a topic that is already well studied, that we know that it is there, that we know that it has been researched, we know that there are studies, we see this as not relevant. If it is a research that it is very specific, it is very well done, it is very well argumented, it is eligible. You may apply. But please keep in mind that we see the relevance of the activity. Just to show you, we had, for example, applications coming from photographers saying, I want to travel in the region to make photographs of the nice sites of the region. But this we didn't support because this is already done. We have already many nice pictures of the region and we cannot support things that are already there. So just for you to know. Violeta, says, can you send me the link for recorded video for this meeting, or you have other solutions? Violeta, I think that we may send the link of the video in the email, so you may have it on your email as well. Tanko says, can we buy technology, computer screens, headset for exhibiting our work? No, Stanko, meaning we support the mobility. All equipment, all activities, we don't support. So that needs to be from your side. These are not even foreseen in the cost. Violeta says, we are advocates of patients and we need to exchange experiences for breast cancer. Kosovo, Serbia, Montenegro, Albania, and Macedonia. Yes, if you should this advocate apply independently? Yes, they need to apply as individuals, independently, in order to exchange. You, Violeta, cannot apply for the others. You have to apply for yourself. If you want to go to Macedonia to exchange experiences with your Macedonian peers, with the host institution that is there, that you consider as relevant, that you may consider that can bring better skills for you in your advocacy, you may apply for yourself. But your Macedonian peer needs to apply for herself. Maggie says, but to really get knowledge in the matter, as it is a new topic that we want to apply for future in the Albania region, the information comes from internationally experts. The knowledge will be used for the future of the region, as we have already started with the training with basic information for Albania, Kosovo, and Macedonia. Maybe I'm not moving into the region as well, as there aren't yet up to the level, but the training and information provided there will be used to implement circular economy in the region. Yes, Maggie, I understand, but there is no mobility. There is no mobility here. That is why we cannot support you. What can we support you? We cannot pay for your training fee staying in Albania. You need to move. So this is not the case for your case. For example, this is a grant mechanism that supports mobility. So I understand your concept, it is fully true, but this is a grant mechanism that is designed for people to move in the region. There is Tanko. Can you give an example? How can an architectural internship be related to the regional topic? Now, I'm not a specialist, Stanko, on everything. I cannot give you concrete examples, but we have a grantee, for example, that is specialized in urban planning. And she is doing a research in 3 CPs in the region on architecture, on the last 2 decades architecture, how it has developed, how it has impacted the environment, the green areas in all 3 CPs, to see which is the CP that has preserved more, which is the CP that has regulated more. This kind of, this is, for example, a grantee that we have that is it's in the profile on architecture. We have another grantee that is making a research in the region on architectural sites, but it's always research somehow at the regional level. It's a study, it's a professor. So these are the ones that I can give you, but more than this, I don't know. It needs to come from you. Patot share is the beneficiary of the grant, the individual that is part of public administration. The grant goes to individual account or institutional account. It goes to individual account. If you are selected for a grant, Then we make a contract with the individual, and the individual is responsible for the grant. So you are directly taking the grant. The institution is only there to testimony that you are part of the institution. That's it. Georgia?
Georgia Vassiliou.
Georgia. Hello, sorry for maybe posting the question that was already posted as I wasn't present from the beginning. If my mobility will cover Macedonia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Albania, do I need partners from those three countries? Yes, Georgia. You need not partners, but host institutions, meaning it doesn't need for you to have any partnership agreement with them. You need 3 host institutions. And if you are selected for the grant, only at that moment, if your application is selected, we will ask you to provide 3 invitations from the 3 host institutions. And maybe you can write in the application, for example, that you intend to establish partnership agreements with them. This is an added value because we see this as an action with a regional dimension and with regional relevance. Because
it's not an annual call, it's not organization.
Yes, no, you don't need any agreement beforehand. But if you have the intention to establish a partnership, that is an added value to the application. So these are the questions up to now. I don't know if you have any other question for us. Thank you all for your questions, for the exchange. Anyhow, this is the first info session. As I said, we wait for you also if you have any additional. Yes, can partners be individual artists and not institutions? Stanko, no. I mean, we need to have some assurance where you're going to. So it needs to be an institution or an organization, a legal entity, whatsoever. It doesn't matter. A company, but not an individual, because an individual doesn't guarantee us anything. So it needs to be, rather than an institution, an organization, an association, I don't know. Thank you, Alma. We are here for you. We really would like to have applications from all around the regions. What we have seen during this year is that proposals that come from individuals are very genuine, very interesting. People are passionate on what they are doing. So it is very nice to see. The results are very nice. So we invite you all to apply. And if you have any additional question, please write to us or participate in the next info session that we will have on 5th of March. Thank you. Then I'm closing up. So have a great day from both of us. And maybe we will see soon. What is the narrative report? You may also speak, you know, if it is better. Evaluation. We haven't prepared it yet because we haven't finished the 2023 cycle of the results of the pilot year, but maybe we will have it in June when we finish the 3rd call of the 2023. So for sure we will.
I guess she needs a template of preparing narrative report, how she will need to report to the applied grant or evaluation. What are the criteria?
The idea is this, that only the selected grantees, when they are selected, we mentor them and we explain them what kind of narrative report they need to provide, a very simple template, what kind of financial report they need to provide. So everything is mentored. So you are not left alone. If you apply and you win the grant, you immediately are mentored. And I mean, you will be guided how to fill in the report, what to do. Mary says, are the selected grants from last call available at your web? They are, actually. All lists of grantees that we select, we publish them on our website. So you need to go through the news and you will find them. Okay. Thank you all then. Have a good day. Here you may find the link of the call. And if you have any problem on applying, etc., you may write to us in order for us to react immediately.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Bye.